Hey guys, today I want to show you two things. I mentioned it in my last video, but this is my made-to-measure R9 that the guys at Tone Shop Guitars in Dallas, Addison, Texas. This is absolutely amazing, and it weighs nothing, and just this top is stupid, and it's slightly aged. Anyway, the guys at Tone Shop, they're not paying me to say this, but they're wonderful. Highly recommend going to their site, seeing what they've got in. They will serve you, and they got just the coolest stuff. Also, I have plugged in today what has replaced, although it's still sitting right over there, my Bogner T-Loss, is this Ecstasy 50 watt. And it is super cool. I've got some fun stuff in the loop, time-based stuff. But anyway, listen to this. It's just, and this is Blue Channel boosted. Anyway, these are the regular old custom buckers. I say regular old. They're absolutely fantastic pickups. Probably my favorite of the guitar manufacturers, just stock pickups that they make themselves. They sound right. And I just love the way this amp sounds. So, couple of things. Number one, I'm running the Bright 1 setting, which I've always run on the Blue Channel. I've had more Ecstasies than I care to admit. I've always liked that. But what I'm doing differently with this guy is I am running the deep or dark resonance. I'm a huge EJ, Holdsworth, Andy Timmons, and even Eddie Van Halen. Even though coming out of the amp, it was pretty bright. He was always produced more dark. It wasn't a super biting tone coming out of the produced sound. And I hear this setting slagged. You know, you go to the gear page, and it's like, oh, it's unusable. Maybe they don't know how to set their amps, or maybe they're setting everything at noon on the tone stack. But, you know, to me, I mean, this just... Still hear every note. You hear the attack of the note. Let me go. I'm going to turn off the boost and see what you think of that. So, I guess I could have just run this pedal over there, but I didn't. Anyway... It's a great rhythm sound. You kick it over and boost it, and it's... Anyway, wonderful. And this is the red channel, and it is, to me, sounds a lot like the 20th anniversary red, which I love. The red channel on the 101B, especially after 2004, it was cool, and the guitar would almost play itself, but it was just too much for me, and you had to do some more radical EQ to keep it, I don't know, it was just too much for me. But this... I don't know why I play that on every clip, but it's because everybody knows it, and you kind of get the idea. So I think it sounds so good. Anyway, if you listen to Eric Johnson on his Up Close record, there's a tune called Texas there, which is kind of a 12-bar blues that Steve Miller sings over. That, to me, is the perfect bass guitar tone, distorted. And it, to me, that is, I like to be able to do the Eddie thing, but as far as just pure tone, and so that's kind of, and that's just a 68, I think, 68 Super Lead, kind of like my Metropolis, the thing that my Metroplex 2 goes after. But that's the sound. Similarly, if you listen to off of Alien Love Child, World of Trouble, which is another, it's a more complicated, it's not really 12 bar. I think that's right. Might have clammed a note there. It's okay. It's just YouTube. But anyway, those are kind of the basic, and I say basic because it's heavenly, but that's, to me, the root of what a guitar should sound like. You still hear the player. You still hear the guitar. You hear the harmonics. You hear every individual string. And if you dig in, it really blooms. And that guy right there, it does it. Now, what am I playing through? I'm playing through this stack of two 112. They're the old Shiva cabinet. I don't know if Bogner makes it anymore because I hear they discontinued the Shiva, which is a great amp. If you like the JCM 800, Shiva is wonderful, especially once they went to the green chassis and fixed the weirdness of the older model. Older model sounds good, though. Anyway, point being is in this guy, in the top guy that matches, I've got a Neo Creamback. And honestly, this amp shows the weakness of that speaker. It's a very good speaker. It's so light. It sounds good. Don't get me wrong. It's got a great cone on it, but the way it compresses, if you're really looking for that last 5-10%, it'll drive you a little nuts. So that guy's probably going to get replaced by what I have in almost everything, which is Scumbag M75. Just and I don't have any of the black frames, so I need to call him up and get, I say new. They're like 14 years old now, but all my Scumbags are old, the old blue frames, and they sound so good. And in the bottom cabinet is a Scumbag. It's a special, it's what, if I've just got to take one cabinet, it's an M75, but 100 watt. So it's a tiny bit darker. Both are 8 ohms. So right now I'm running actually 4 ohms out of this head. 4 ohms sounds great. It's a little squishier. I mean, we're talking minute, but a little squishier, a little swirlier. The 8 ohm is a little tighter. If I was really doing this right and wanted to edit this video, I'd go take that stack apart, just plug in to the 8 ohm. Maybe I'll do that on the next video. But anyway, hey, thanks for watching. I don't know why so many people subscribe, at least for me. It's fun and humbling. I used to have a guitar career. Now I play up here and play out very occasionally, and still do the occasional session. But it's fun to get the comments when I put out one of these videos and people interact. That's, it's playing guitar is a bit of a camaraderie thing. And anyway, visit Tone Shop if you want cool stuff like this. Just amazing. And matter of fact, I still have, true story, I've had this guitar for 2 years now, still have the same set of strings on it. These are the Gibson strings that came on the guitar. I'm blessed with hands that have, I just don't sweat or have much oil in my hands. So man, I hope that sounds as good recording with my iPhone like it does here in the room. Anyway, cheers.